Greetings, my name is Brittany Campos and I am in the EDP 4275 class, which is Assessment, Evaluation, and Diagnosis of a Young Child. I am going to be talking about 3 different assessments today. The assessments I chose were the Vineland Adaptive Behavioral Scale, the Woodcock-Munoz Language Survey, and the Kaufman Assessment Battery for Children. I chose these 3 because I do not really know about these, so it was nice to learn something new These 3 assessments do have some similarities. The Vineland Adaptive Behavior Scale, the VABS for short, assesses the adaptive functioning of individuals across various domains, including communication, daily living skills, socialization, and motor skills. It provides valuable information for diagnosing and planning interventions for individuals with intellectual disabilities, developmental delays, autism spectrum disorder, and other conditions. I think that this one's very important, especially when done at a young age, in order to catch any developmental delays or any diagnoses. That the VABS has demonstrated good reliability, including high internal consistency and test-retest reliability. That indicates that the test produces consistent results over time and accurately measures adaptive behaviors. It does have strong evidence of validity supported by extensive research. It shows good content validity, and its items cover a broad range of adaptive behaviors. It also demonstrates criterion-related validity by correlating well with other measures of adaptive functioning. The Woodcock-Munoz Language Survey is designed to assess various aspects of language and communication abilities in children and adults. So this one's a little bit different than the other one. It provides valuable information about a person's oral language skills, including listening comprehension and expression and basic reading skills. So as you can see, the other one, the Vineland Adaptive Behavior Scale was based on like communication, daily living skills, socialization, and motor skills, whereas the Woodcock-Munoz Language Survey focuses on like the personal language skills of each individual child or adult. It's demonstrated good reliability. It also has consistency in test retaking reliability, and it also does have strong research to back it up. It covers a wide range of language skills. It also does demonstrate criterion-related validity by correlating well with other established measures of language proficiency. And the last one that I chose was Kaufman Assessment Battery for Children. It's a comprehensive cognitive assessment tool that evaluates various aspects of intelligence and cognitive functioning in children. It assesses abilities such as reasoning, problem solving, memory, and spatial processing. It does show that it's also very reliable and the information is valid. It also correlates well with other measures of intelligence and cognitive functioning. Thinking about testing young children, it is best to consider their developmental stage, their attention span, cognitive abilities, what they can do with their hands, their feet, with their face, the language. It's very not one size fits all. It's very personal. It's something that each child or adult, so it's very important, especially for young children, to consider where they are at. That's why these tests are important. The best tests for young children are developmental screening tests, early literacy and numeracy tests, play-based assessments, and adaptive assessments. These types of tests take into account the developmental appropriateness, engagement, and holistic approach to assessing a child that young, between like 0 and 8. They assess the various areas, including cognitive development, language skills, motor skills, social-emotional development, and early literacy and numeracy. The play-based assessments and adaptive assessments can be effective in engaging the young children so that you really can see who they are, what they do, what they can do, what they can't do, what are their strengths and weaknesses, and providing a comprehensive understanding of their abilities and needs. It's important to note that the selection of standardized tests should be based on specific purposes of the assessment, like why are you assessing the child? In my opinion, I do feel like children should be assessed regardless at the youngest age possible. And I'm reflecting on my own personal experience. My daughter, who is currently 10 years old, was not assessed at 2 or 3 years old, but she was assessed at 5, and it did help with her growth. Now she is 10 years old, so for the past 5 years she has been receiving the appropriate services. Had I waited a little longer, maybe until 10 years old, until she grew out of a specific stage, like some individuals did tell me, then she probably would have had a harder time. I wouldn't really have known how to manage her situation, but I did, and I was able to remove her from a school that didn't work with her to a school that did, a school that's very supportive, and every year we have at minimum 2 IEP meetings. I've been through all the assessments with her, not these specifically. I don't know if these have been done. I haven't seen these names, but we did do an assessment called the Vanderbilt, and it assesses different areas of the child, but it was specifically for ADHD, and other assessments that I can't recall the names at this moment, but based on the assessments, she now receives services, different types of services and different types of therapies, and there are different strategies that I have learned also. I am a registered behavior technician, and I did go into this field because of my daughter, to be able to learn more about the different support that children need. It's so important for children to receive everything they can as young as they are and as young as they can be, so that it can be easier for them to learn throughout the years and grow in an appropriate environment with the appropriate teaching strategies, because again, not one size fits all. So I do hope that you enjoyed this report, and if you have any questions, I could try to help you. Have a nice night.